Disney wants us to believe that the villain in Zootopia 2 will be Gary, the snake, but it's all a distraction to surprise us during the film. And as you know, I don't sit still when it comes to animations. I discovered from the poster who the real villain is. Stay with me in this video because you're going to freak out today. Finally, after many years, we're getting the long-awaited sequel to this Disney classic that won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, even beating Moana, and grossed over $1 billion at the box office. It was a massive success. I think Zootopia is one of Disney's best films and one of the best animations of this century. I don't even need to say how excited I am for the second film, right? To understand who the real villain of this film is, we need to go back a bit. Disney released some images and scenes from Zootopia 2, and it became quite clear that Gary, the snake, is portrayed as the villain. They even said that Judy and Nick will have to find Gary, who's causing chaos in the city. So, they go undercover and explore new and never-before-seen places in Zootopia. The universe of Zootopia is vast and still has a lot to be explored. I'll even go further here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Zootopia deserves a trilogy. Besides us loving the characters, there are still many stories to tell. For instance, reptiles and marine animals will appear, introducing new animals in this universe. In a third Zootopia film, we could see birds who haven't yet made an appearance in the franchise. I'd love that. But alright, Gary is being shown to us as the villain of the story by Disney itself, and there's a reason for that. If you think about it, reptiles, especially snakes, are often portrayed as villains in animations, tales, and stories, but appearances can be deceiving. I believe Zootopia will dive deep into this kind of theme, discussing prejudice and judgment. The story will likely focus heavily on racial discrimination, and everyone will think Gary is the villain just because he's a snake. But listen, I think what will happen is that, for much of the film, the story will lead us and the characters to believe Gary is truly the villain. But since appearances are deceiving, Disney will hit us with that classic moral lesson at the end, like, look, you judged him just because he's literally a snake. Gary is actually a good guy. The real villain is this character you'd never expect. How about that? For me, Disney is going to address this theme a lot in the movie. Unfortunately, the world still goes through situations like this, and tackling it in Zootopia 2 is going to be incredible. What's more incredible than that is your like on this video. Honestly, lightning. When you like the video, YouTube understands that a lot of people are enjoying the content, that it's a cool video, and it recommends it to more and more people. So, your support means a lot. Thank you so much. Now, giving poor Gary a break, let's analyze this image here that's packed with characters. We can see new characters like Gary himself and old characters like Nick, Judy's parents, Clawhauser, Flash who's way in the back, and many others. And check out Nick and Judy. They're inside a car that if you look closely, really resembles a pig. The car is pig-colored, has a pig snout, and even a pig's tail. So for sure, this car belongs to a pig, and the two of them stole the piggy's car. And it's exactly this pig who's the movie's villain, Java the pig. Java was a character deleted from Zootopia 1. She already had her concept art ready, and even some animated scenes in rough draft form. She was going to be the mayor of the city in the first movie, and Disney wanted a pig to be the villain because pigs are pretty smart. But then they decided to delete her. However, in Zootopia 2, everything points to Java showing up as the villain. A pig villain who is apparently very rich, and in the released image, you can see this pig-shaped car, which is a very fancy car belonging to someone wealthy. It all makes sense. What do you think of this? What will probably happen is that Java will pin the blame on Gary, accuse him of something he didn't do, and get everyone to believe he's bad just because he's a snake. Or Gary might even work for Java, be one of her henchmen, doing her dirty work, and when it all comes crashing down, she shifts all the blame to him, trying to get away with it and appear as the good one. If that's the story, would you like it, or do you have another idea? Comment below. If Java had been in the first movie, she would have been the mayor of the city. In the second movie, I don't think she will still be the mayor because in Zootopia 1, Dawn Bellwether, the sheep who was the deputy mayor, was the villain. So, it would feel too repetitive to have Java as both the villain and mayor again. They'll likely change her profession. Maybe she'll be an actress, influencer, or businesswoman. Another point that increases Java's chances of being in the second movie is that her concept art is already complete. The idea of her being a villain was ready, making it easier for Disney to bring the character back. They'll just adapt a few things to fit her into the Zootopia universe, and that's it. Success. They've done this twice before with Zootopia. Those hamsters in the Zootopia Plus series were characters deleted from the first movie and were reused for the series, and the Officer Boar, which was also cut from the first movie, appears in the Zootopia 2 poster. So, bringing back another deleted character for the sequel is easy. But now, for those of you hyped and asking, when does Zootopia 2 come out? The movie is scheduled to premiere on November 26, 2025 in theaters. It could be delayed. We never know. But one thing is certain, in 2025, we'll have the first Zootopia 2 trailer, and I'll be releasing tons of videos about the movie, including my trailer analysis. So, to make sure you don't miss any of the channel's content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for all alerts. Sound good? If Zootopia 2 crosses $1 billion at the box office like the first movie did, you can bet Zootopia 3 will come eventually. Frozen is already confirmed for its third and fourth movies. Toy Story 5 is coming, so why not a third Zootopia movie, right? I'd love it! Another movie that might get a sequel soon is Cars 4, and what's confirmed to be turning into a trilogy is The Incredibles. The Incredibles 3 is coming. Thanks so much for watching until the end, and see you in the next Cine Lovers.